Ultimately, a lot of large companies have to come up with the processes to organize themselves, and whether it is cash management at a large bank or some other workflow in a large company, ultimately, large enterprises have to organize themselves to behave and execute in a predictable fashion. And one of the themes that I have seen in my work in enterprise software or as a consultant in previous life is a lot of the value lies in understanding the why a process was required in the first place, and then like thinking deeply about what are some ways in which technology can or other operational things can improve a certain process. I think sometimes technologists can make the mistake of looking at something and judging it to be inefficient, whereas a process was the right answer in the context it was like first thought of by the people who put it together. And just to give you a couple of examples, when I was working at Instabase, I saw all kinds of different processes at large banks and global insurance companies. Some of them actually had to do with cash management apps, which were dealing with like hundreds of millions of dollars on a daily basis. The volume of these applications can be really big, and some of them had been built more than a decade ago. They did not have APIs, and the teams who had built these applications had gone away, and it was very challenging for both the technology and operations teams in these organizations to keep up with what is a truly legacy application, but also look to improve the efficiency of that. And that's where platforms like Instabase were super helpful. We allowed people to create various applications on our platform using AI and other technologies to improve the processes of any business workflow. And I think I noticed the same thing around security and compliance, that there were a lot of workflows which were eating away the time from different teams, like whether it was security and compliance teams or sales and product teams, who all like needed to work around this, especially around the procurement process. I know, Rich, that
Right.
you have been on both sides of the table around procurement. So ultimately, I think process can be a bad word, but like it is what makes the things go. And the role of like whether you're a salesperson or a technologist is to understand how can you improve a certain process and make it like work in a more predictable, value
Well,
generating way.